Hello everyone, welcome to the When It Worked podcast. You're with your host Julian Leahy. Today I'm joined by the fantastic Matthieu Mehuys, Sabine Schoepke and Sean Tepper. How did I go with those names, everyone?
You did awesome.
Nailed it.
Matthew, no comment.
No, it's good. It's good. It's a good attempt.
It's a good attempt. Yeah, my heart was in the right place. How was the correct?
No, it's perfect.
The correct.
It's Matthieu, that was perfect.
Matthieu Mehuys.
Mehuys.
Okay, Mehuys. It's not.
You did a great job.
I don't possess that sound, but I'll do my best. All right, so we're going to play Jeopardy. Let's put the music on. And Matthieu, you can kick things off. I'm not sure if you can see the categories. I'll read them out to you. Wide receiver, Dr. Massade's Rhimes, Gold, Judea, Punch, and Take It Slow. What would you like? You got to pick a category, Matthieu.
Punch.
Okay, punch for 100. No joke. It comes at the end of a joke. Something to do with punch that comes at the end of a joke, Matthieu. What do you call the funny part of a joke?
Cliffhanger.
Anybody else like to jump in?
What is the punchline?
Let's take a look. Punchline is correct. Well done, Sean Tepper. You're in control. What category would you like? Wide receiver, Dr. Massuse Rhymes, Gold Judea, Punch, or Take It Slow?
Let's go with wide receiver for 100.
Okay, NFL stuff.
Mm-hmm.
At wide receiver for this team in 2020, Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley. They had a breakout season with a quarterback setting records. Who is this team?
Boy, my sports friends are going to beat me up on this one.
The tough one is that like Stephon Diggs moves around a bit. And should I give a clue?
Please.
Everybody else? Should I give a clue?
Yes, please.
Okay. The BB is the initial.
Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills for 100 is correct. All right. I'm going to give a clue to Sabine and Matthieu soon once they jump in. You're still in control, Sean. What would you like?
Let's go with Judea for 100.
Okay, I'm not sure about this category. Bible stuff. In the New Testament, the city of Bethlehem in Judea is significant for being the birthplace of whom? Gee, that's easy.
Who is Jesus?
JC is correct. Well done. Still in control, Sean.
Let's go Judea 200.
The territory of Judea became part of this empire in 63 BC.
Part of the empire? Where is Israel?
Anybody else want to have a crack?
Yes.
Matthieu?
Roman Empire.
Let's take a look. Roman is correct. Well done, Matthieu. 200, and you are in control. And hopefully Sabine will be able to get a shot soon. Matthieu, what would you like?
Let's go for gold.
Gold for 100?
Yeah.
Okay. Gold in the form of small chunks can also mean priceless pieces of wisdom.
What is the question?
Gold in the form of small chunks can also mean priceless pieces of wisdom.
Coins.
Anybody else want to have a crack?
Yes, I do.
Go, Sabine. I believe in you.
Nuggets
is correct. Well done. Sabine has wrestled control away from Matthieu. What would you like, Sabine?
Take it slow.
Take it slow for 100, I'm assuming. The ball must arc at least 3 feet in this type of softball. What is that? The ball must arc at least 3 feet in this type of softball. What is the type of softball? I thought softball was the only type of softball. I have no idea. 10 seconds left. Matthieu, making noises.
I know the Dutch name, but I don't know the English name.
What's the Dutch name?
Korfball.
Okay.
Like basketball.
Like
literally translated, it would be basketball, but it's the one with like a wooden
Actual
net.
basket. Oh, it's called
Slow pitch.
slow pitch. Has anyone heard of that?
Yeah.
Oh, you have? Okay, so it's a real thing. I don't have to fire the question maker. All right. Now, Sabine, who had the last one? Was it Sabine?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got another go. You're still in control. If you get this one wrong, it will move to Sean. Or whoever jumps in with the correct one. What would you like, Sabine?
Okay, what's the second one? I can't read it. Dr.
Massuse Rhimes.
Let's try that for 100.
500, did you say?
No, for 100.
100, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
A knot I've found, oh heck, in this muscle of the upper part of my neck, but not in my older sneezius. No, 'tis my... Rhymes with sneezius.
You got this. You got this.
What muscle rhymes with sneezius, Sabine? You got 13 seconds.
I'll take it. If you don't have it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Trapezes?
Is correct. Well done. Sean
The traps.
is in
Your bodybuilder.
control.
I know, I only know them as traps, not as this.
The short form, sure.
Yeah.
Something I don't think I have. That's why I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
What would you like, Sean?
Let's go to Dr. Masseuse Rhymes for 200.
Dr. Massuse Rhymes for 200. Arising from 3 heads, this extensor's muscles dead. My upper arm does no more reps until some help for my... Arising from 3 heads, this extensor muscle's dead. My upper arm does no more reps until some help for my...
I know it.
I know, it's it.
Deltoids.
No, I know.
Matthew, jump in.
Triceps.
Triceps is correct. Well done. Matthew at 400 and in control. What would you like?
I can't see the whole complete right. What is it?
Wide receiver, Dr. Masseuse Rhymes Gold, Judea Punch. Take it slow.
Take it slow. 200.
Take it slow for 200. Hamilton Beach sells a programmable one of these to keep pot roast at the right temperature. Slow something. And pot roast.
There's a lot of words I don't know.
So it's slow, something to do with slow, and they're talking about pot roast, cooking a pot roast.
Well, slow cooking then, I guess.
Slow cooker, I will accept.
There we go.
Well done, Matthew. I think you've taken your clues now from me. What would you like?
Another punch.
Another punch for 200, assuming. An unexpected blow, or a 2001 movie about a girl named Baby Doll with a wild imagination. Unexpected blow, also the name of a movie about a baby doll with a wild imagination.
I don't know, but I'm going to make a guess.
Blow.
Bombshell.
Oh, Matthew.
Yeah. I think I got
I
it.
don't know the movie.
Oh!
Oh!
Were you going to say that, Sean?
Yeah. That
Should
was directed by Zack Snyder.
Should we give it to Sean?
Yes.
Yes,
Please.
I believe him.
Yes.
So that was 200. Sean, what would you like?
Let's go with a punch for 300.
Punch for 300. Fighting puppets Punch and Judy have been around since this period that began in 1660 with the return of Charles II. Charles II. So it's a period in time. Fighting puppets. So, I mean, like, would you say, I mean, things like, could it be the medieval period or could it be the Iron Age or the, I don't know, something like that. I don't literally know.
I'll just shot in the dark here, the Dark Ages.
Anyone else want to chime in?
Renaissance.
Okay, let's take a look. The Restoration. Okay, so we're going back. Oh, hang on. That was only the first one you got wrong, Sean. You're still in control. What would you like?
Dr. Masseuse Rhymes for 300.
Dr. Massuse Rhymes. The innermost of the 3 in each rear is a pain when I try to sit on a bus. It is a miss. Now please do this. Fix my gluteus.
Maximus.
Minimus.
Minimus. Oh.
Interesting. Didn't even know there was...
Curveball.
Yeah, curveball. Okay, Matthew, you're in control.
Judea 300.
Judea, 300. This ruler of Judea attempted to kill the infant Jesus. Oh, I remember this from Sunday school.
Really?
This ruler of Judea attempted to kill the infant Jesus when Jesus was a baby and they had to throw him in a raft and push him in the river to save him. Who was the ruler that was trying to kill him?
Anybody?
No. I
King
wanna say
somebody.
King Solomon, but it's not correct, I think.
Anybody else?
King Herod?
Let's take a look. King Herod. Sean, well done. Okay, Sean, you're in control with that top-notch biblical knowledge. What would you like?
Let's go Judea 400.
Judea for 400. Galilee, Samaria, and Judea in the south were the three traditional divisions of this ancient area with a still current name. In the news.
Let's go. Yeah, it goes back to what I said earlier, Israel.
Anybody else? Well, this is actually... depends on who you ask.
Palestine.
Let's take a look.
Yeah.
It is Palestine. I'm going to give it to you, Matthew. It was
guess.
Palestine, but it's sort of becoming Israel. But we're not going to talk about that. That's too controversial. You're in control, Matthew.
Gold 300.
Gold for 300. Gold has the atomic number 79 and this chemical symbol. What chemical symbol of gold? Who's done chemistry in year 10?
AU.
AU. Let's take a look. Is correct.
Yes.
Well done.
Nailed it. That's pretty good.
I like the passion, Matthew. How have you got
Thanks.
1,300? You must be doing all the hard questions. All right. What would you like, Matthew?
What left is wide receiver.
Yeah, that's like NFL, American football. I'm sure you're big on that, Matthew.
No. Not a punch for 400.
Okay, punch for 400. A blow to the back of the neck is the punch named for this animal.
A whiplash. I'm not sure if that's an animal, but...
It is not an animal. And when there's a boxing match and there's one thing the referee says, no, do not do this. It's named because when you catch this particular animal, you can quickly kill it by doing this type of punch to the back of the neck.
No, I know.
Sabine,
Got it.
you want to have a go?
Donkey.
Donkey? Anybody else? Last chance?
Turtle, probably.
Rabbit punch.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Matthew, that was the first one you got wrong. Is that correct? So you're still alive. What would you like?
Gold 200.
Gold for 200. Still widely used today, these extremely thin sheets of gold were used for the gilding medieval manuscripts. For gilding medieval manuscripts, still widely used today, these extremely thin sheets of gold. What are we called thin sheets of gold?
We call it leaf gold if I would translate it literally.
Let's take a look. Gold leaf is
leaf.
correct. Well done. I'm giving that to you. Matthew, what would you like?
Wow. Judea 500.
Judea for 500.
Big.
During the Jewish-Roman War in 66 AD, a group of Jewish rebels famously held out against the Romans at this fortress in Judea. What is the name of this fortress? This is a tough one. You really need to be know your Old Testament, or what's the Jewish one called? The Torah. This is it starts with an M. I'm coming up with crickets. I'm going to show the answer. It is Masada. Does it ring a bell? It doesn't ring a bell. I did not know that one. All right, Sabine finally gets a chance. What would you like, Sabine?
Punch for 500.
Punch for 500. The name of this red wine punch is from the Spanish word for bleeding. It's a type of red wine punch, Spanish for bleeding. If you know Spanish, you're going to have an advantage.
Sangria.
Oh my god.
Sangria, well done. That was
Nice.
500. Sabine is back. What would you like, Sabine?
How about gold for 400?
Gold for 400. The 1897 Canadian gold rush, named for this river, occurred around the confluence of the Yukon River and another river. Which river? In Canada. That's a tough one. Yukon's the only one I do know. Sean, you're in North America. Any idea?
I'm going way west, and I'm drawing a blank.
Drawing a blank. Let's take a look. The Klondike. I thought that was a chocolate bar.
Yeah, ice cream bar.
Oh, right. And, all right, so who was that? That was Sabine. You're still alive, Sabine. What would you like?
What was the second one? Doctor
Dr. Masuse Rhimes, like muscles, parts of the, different muscles.
Let's do that.
Okay,
for
for
400.
400. The longest in the body, this muscle feels ungodly. Rest my thigh at the bar, glorious. Now work on my longest muscle in the body. This
You
muscle
got this.
feel. Oh, who was that? Was that Sean chipping in? Well, you got 12 seconds, Sabine. Longest muscle. It seems to be in the thigh area. Time's up, unfortunately. Anyone want to chip in? They may.
Quadricep.
Let's take a look. Ooh, sartorius. I always thought that was like, something really fancy, like sartorial splendor. All right, Sean, you are in control. What would you like?
Let's go take it slow for 300.
Take it slow for 300. In the streets of Laredo, this line that became a book and movie title proceeds, and play the fife lowly. The hell? In the streets of Laredo, which I don't know what that is, a movie maybe, this line became a book and movie title, and play the fife lowly.
I have no idea. I have a friend who loves classic movies. He's gonna give me
These are
hell on
tough.
this.
These are real Jeopardy questions. That's why they're not easy. Any ideas, anyone?
Nope.
Okay. Bang the drum slowly. Not sure I've heard of that. Matthieu, you're in control. You're also leading 1,500. Sabine's on 600. Sean's on 900. What would you like, Matthieu?
Well, I'll take it slow for 400.
Take it slow for 400. Eric Clapton's nickname. We all know who Eric Clapton is?
Yeah.
Slow something is his nickname.
Slow Joe, I don't know. It's a wild guess.
Anyone else want to chime in?
Is it slow hand?
Sabine, well done. 400 points.
Wow.
Well, that really has brought you into second place, Sabine, and you're also in control. What would you like?
Let's do take it slow again for 500.
Take it slow for 500. What camera crews call overcranking produces this effect? We're in the category slow, and it's commonly called overcranking by camera crews, and it produces this effect.
Like slow motion.
Slow motion is correct. That was 500 points. Sabine has stormed up to equal first with Matthieu and in control. What would you like, Sabine?
Let's do the doctor, the second one.
Dr. Massachusetts Rhymes for 500. Internal or external? The pain, there's infernal. Feel my abdomen go weak. It means indirect. It's my... Internal or external? The pain there is infernal. Feel my abdomen go weak. It means indirect. It's my... It means indirect. Indirect. I feel like it's gonna... not sure. Anyone want to have a go at this one? The pain there is infernal. Feel my abdomen go weak. It means indirect. It's my... I always want to rhyme feet with weak, but I don't know if that's it. Let's take a look. Oblique. And it does mean lateral. Okay, so Sabine, you're still in control.
It's the gold for 500.
Gold for 500. A fabled lost city of gold lends its name to this California county. Ooh, lost city of gold.
Oh, I know.
Matthieu?
Can I go?
Not yet.
Um,
What is it?
That's it. No, I'm not sure.
You got 3 seconds and then Matthieu can chime in. Matthieu, what would you like to say?
Atlanta.
El Dorado. Okay, so we're heading right to Sean. Sean, this is your big chance.
Wide receiver.
Wide receiver
Wide
for
receiver,
200.
200.
2009, Wes Welker, Randy Moss. They had a pretty good quarterback. What team?
Who is Tom Brady? Patriots.
Yeah, okay.
What team?
Yeah, what team?
Does it say what team? Okay.
It's Patriots, which you did say. That was 200. All right, you're on 1100. I'm starting to get stressed. It's getting very close. Sean,
Wide
you're in
receiver
control.
for 300.
Wide receiver 300. At wide receiver for this team in 2021, Cooper Kupp, Odell Beckham Jr. They played a crucial role in the team's Super Bowl victory. What is the team?
Should have been watching more football.
You are going to get roasted if you get this wrong, Sean.
I know. Yeah. I'm not going to Google it. I'm not even looking.
You got 5 seconds. Who's won a Super Bowl?
Somebody take it.
Anybody. If you can remember somebody who's won a Super Bowl in 2021. Cooper Kupp.
You...
Ooh, I really want to see who's going to be the winner. It is the LA Rams, the blue and yellow team. Now, was that your first one wrong or the second one wrong? No, it's your first one wrong. You're still in control, Sean.
Okay. Go for 400.
Let's go for 400. A wide receiver for this team in 2022, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk. They were instrumental in this team's dynamic offensive scheme. Which team are we talking about? Who does Deebo Samuel play for?
No idea.
It's a bit hard unless you know NFL football. Anyone want to have a go? You may as well. Well, can we wait? We'll let them jump in early. If you can shout out a team and it's right, I'll give you the points. You get one shot. Sabine and Matthieu and Sean. Name a team. Hello, is this thing on?
Yeah. I want to say something, but I don't know.
Cowboys.
Okay,
Cowboys.
It is the 49ers. All right, Matthieu, you're in control. Last chance. You could win this. 500 wide receiver. At wide receiver for this team in 2024, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper. They are known for their explosive plays with a star quarterback. Name the team. I would just name a team. It's none of the ones that have been named. Oh, actually,
I don't know any team.
I inadvertently just gave
Falcons. Atlanta Falcons.
Okay, I'm going to give you a clue. Yeehaw.
The Cowboys.
Cowboys, it's correct.
Wow!
No way.
Matthew.
Wow.
Honestly, that counts. I didn't know Dallas
The
has Cowboys.
you are the resident NFL expert. Matthew has just taken it out and earned a spot in the Champions round, which you might go missing, and I might not be able to find him, but he might want to come back. We'll see. And Matthew, we're going to get you to kick things off as far as what we're going to talk about today. Matthew, tell us a little bit about what you're doing. Where are you, first of all? And tell us about, you've written a book, and you grew up on a farm, and you're an engineer. Take it from there.
Yes, thank you, Julian. This was a lot of fun doing this quiz to start with. I'm going to start with my backstory. So when I was about 3 years old, I grew up on the family farm. My brother and my father are farmers. And at a very early age, I got very interested about how is it possible that if you put a small seed into the earth, that it can actually grow into a plant, a tree, something big. And I still remember that was one of my earliest memories. And actually from that memory, or from that started in my early life, I continued because I wanted to understand how nature works. So from that, I started at that age of 3 years old. I told my parents I want to have a vegetable garden, I want to grow food. So I started with that, and then later on I continued. After like graduating in high school, I started studying landscape architecture because I found it interesting to how to make gardens and to design. So I got into that, and from that study, which I did like 3 years here in Belgium, but then I also studied like a master degree in Munich in Germany. I actually started working in Munich, and Germany has like one of the, together with Australia, by the way, they're like one of the top ranked countries that have very good companies that are doing landscape architecture, meaning they are creating a lot of green spaces for public. So I got into a company that was like highly ranked, and I thought like, okay, I have everything figured out. I have a great degree, and I started a 9-to-5 job. I still remember the first day I had my suitcase ready. I thought like, this is it. I found it. A couple months in this job, I'm like burned out or depressed or whatever people call it nowadays, because I wasn't feeling like the urge of actually having an impact in the world. So I did that job for 3 years and I learned a lot. I'm very thankful for that opportunity. But I said, no, I'm going to quit this. I'm going to hit the road. I traveled the whole world, and I saw a lot of projects that have to do with ecology, with ecotourism, farming, to know like, okay, I want to have an impact on the earth. Like we all know we're facing difficult issues with the climate change, with climate challenges, let's call it. And so I wanted to know more about that. And from that journey, I saw so many interesting projects. And then I took it back and started my own company. So a few years down the line, this is where I'm now today. And I'm actually helping people how they can design their own garden. I'm teaching like people to do that on their own. I have one-on-one clients like all across the world. I've just finished writing my book, and it's going to come out very soon. It's called 12 Universal Laws of Nature, how to get the most potential out of my land, or out of your land, sorry. And yeah, I'm really here in this. I think I've been put on this planet to play an important role in restoring the health of our planet, something that is very urgent. I want to make sure that many generations to come can still call this planet home, even though we might have to think of other planets, as Elon Musk is doing. We still have to do everything that is possible to keep this planet healthy. So that's what I'm working on.
And you talk about regenerative gardening, Matthew. What is that?
Yes, so I think it might be a term that I kind of invented. It's actually a combination of, well, what's more commonly known is regenerative agriculture. So it's a way of farming that actually has a positive impact on the environment, it actually draws carbon dioxide into the soil. So it is like net negative in CO2 production. So it's drawing a lot of carbon into the soil, and I'm applying that with my brother and my father. We're doing some interesting work on that. But as I'm also a landscape architect, I want to give people the opportunity that have a small backyard garden, that even have even a bigger piece of land, to also, on a small scale, have an impact. So that's where the word then came from, like regenerative gardening. So I'm teaching people how to do that, because the crazy or the coolest thing is about this regenerative gardening is that you're gonna start doing gardening in a way that is more in harmony with nature, and it has so much advantages. Like you will have to water less your garden, you have to work less because you'll have less weeds. The flowers are just going to be way healthier, and all the plants are more healthy. So like you have to follow a certain structure, or you have to apply certain principles. But then once you've set it up, like when you design your garden or when you build your garden, you're like good to go for many years. And that's really fun to see that working with nature has such a huge advantage.
Yes, we need this down here in Australia because you know, like today was 96 degrees Fahrenheit or 36 degrees Celsius, and everyone's got these big lawns and they got all their sprinklers on. They're just, you know, it's not really suited to the environment. And you know, there's a lot that can be done to go back to like the native gardens and native bushes that are well adapted. And your training that you do for people, is that do they have to be near you, or is it all done online?
No, so the program, the masterclass, which is actually called how to create the garden of your dreams, it's completely online. And some people that are listening might think like, okay, but you have all these different climates in the whole world. How can you tell people how to do that? And the cool part is that I've integrated an AI system into it, so that allows it that the whole system that I've built works anywhere in the whole world. Like, it's pretty amazing. If I wanted to teach this, let's say 1 year ago, where AI or ChatGPT was not really a thing yet, I'd have to like ask 10 times the price of what it's costing today. So it has way more value, and I think the AI revolution is something great in that sense, that I can teach it to anybody anywhere in the world. And actually, I have a client in Australia, where you're from as well, Julian.
Wonderful. So if you want to have a chat to Matthieu, he's got a 30-minute sort of one-on-one garden training call, and you can sort of explain what you want to do, and he can help you, and he can talk to you about some of the options. The link is in the show notes and also the description for this video. Thank you, Matthieu. That was some very interesting stuff, and something that we need more of.
Yeah, thank you, Julian. Thank you for sharing my message. I think I really want to inspire people to make a change, even on a small space. Actually, I want to end with that it's even proven that like the most biodiverse places on the planet are like this pristine nature reserves, or it's actually the suburbs of cities where people have their own small garden and there's different flowers. And so people with their own property or their own garden or even a community garden, they can have a huge impact on our climate, on our environment.
Yes, and if we're all doing it, you know, the net effect can be great. All right, wonderful. Let's cross over to Sabine, going from broke to homeless, philanthropic multi-entrepreneur. Tell us about your story, Sabine.
Well, I'm originally from Germany. I left Germany when I was 17 and went to Canada by myself, and was initially homeless, and then shortly thereafter started my own company, my first company. And that's really what I did throughout my life over the next 35 years. I was a serial entrepreneur, and then went into did a lot of philanthropic work, mainly focused on homeless children and homeless students, and just retired in June. And I retired because I wanted to actually give back. And share my stories and share my experiences with people, because I've learned so much throughout these years. There was a lot of challenges and adversity I had to overcome, and I see it all around and all over. And today I look at these things, I look at them as gifts that I've experienced, and that I now can give back to people. And so I actually published my first book this year, called The Love Odyssey, which is focusing on communication and relationship building. And I'm currently working on my second book called From Achieving to Becoming, which is about defining our own personal success and finding happiness in that. And so I do a lot of coaching, and I also started a podcast this year called The Power Life. And I'm really enjoying my new chapter.
Wonderful. And with this new book that you're writing, what is the difference between achieving and becoming?
Achieving is basically what I did throughout my life, is setting goals and being in that hamster wheel of setting higher and higher goals, and then realizing, which I realized last year, and I said, okay, I checked all of my boxes, and financially and personally, and I became depressed. I was very depressed, even though I should have been really happy, especially where I came from, but I became depressed. And I realized it wasn't what, money and success like that, when you achieve things, make you happy only very temporarily. But when you actually define success on your own terms and become that, that's where you find true happiness. And so, I've been doing that for myself. And the chapter that I've entered this year definitely is all that about becoming and versus achieving.
Excellent. And in terms of helping people, you talk about instructions are not helpful. Do you want to explain that?
Yes. The thing is, when I work with people, often they say, so how do I do this? And we're so used to instructions. Like on social media, there's all these programs. So like, oh, I can show you how to do this. And they give you instructions, and they're not, because really, and what I've experienced throughout my life is that really what it comes down to is descriptions. It's about your superpowers, which all of us have, which are our emotions and our feelings, and which are the greatest motivators that we have, because people are often saying, oh, you're so disciplined, you work so hard, and you like, I became a bodybuilder 4 years ago, and people don't understand where my discipline comes from. But it's really not about being disciplined, but motivated. And that's where your emotions come in, your feelings come in. And so that's, that doesn't come in instructions. It comes in descriptions. If you realize what your goals are, how you want to feel, then that doesn't come in form of instructions.
Wonderful. And how do people check out your latest book? Is it, do they go to your website or go to Amazon? What do they search for?
It's on Amazon, but you can find it on thepowerlifecoach.com. That's my website. And there's links in there to the book, and there's also links in there to the podcast.
Wonderful. So I've put that link in the show notes as well, if you want to follow up with Sabine and check out what she's doing. Thanks very much, Sabine.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Sean Tepper, what is Ticker?
Ticker, for you guys that are curious how you spell it, it's TYKR. It's a platform that helps people manage their own investments with confidence. There's a lot of people out there, of course, flooding the market. In the States, you have Robinhood, E-Trade, TD Ameritrade. In Europe, you'll have eToro, Interactive Brokers. These people are joining these platforms with no idea what's a good stock and what's a bad stock. And our platform solves that problem. It pretty much, it's a screener, you could call it. So it has about 30,000 stocks. We've got ETFs, we've got crypto, we've got all the fun stuff in it. But then it teaches you everything like, when do you buy? When do you sell? How do you reduce risk? How do you get started buying your first stock? So we really focus on the beginner investor. But we do get a lot of people joining because this tool can save them a significant amount of time. My background real quick is tech, kind of mixed with tech and finance together. This thing you saw, Ticker, was an Excel sheet for like 4 years because I wanted to test it. And long story short, I was getting returns between like 15 and 50%. And then people started asking, when are you going to turn this into a software to share with others? So yeah, we went live in 2020. So we're live about 3 years now.
So is it knowledge, or is it training courses, or is it what is it exactly?
It's a SaaS, software as a service. So you log in, you can immediately start building a watch list. There's a portfolio tracker, so you can track your stocks, and then you can look up any stock. All the hot ones are in there: Tesla, Palantir, Google. You can understand in seconds what's a good stock you can buy today and what's something you should avoid, so you don't lose money.
And how did you build this? This is quite a complicated thing to build as far as SaaS goes.
So my background in tech, project management primarily. Long story short, I built and sold a company in the 2000s. It was an agency focused on like website development and software. From there, I went into big business, and I did a lot of work with like GE, Kohler, Kohl's even, and building software, either launching new businesses or launching new projects. So I've got a lot of experience building software, not writing code. I tried that once, not very good. I'd rather project manage and sell. But yeah, my team, I'm fortunate. I've been able to find really good engineers, and the credit goes to them. They did the heavy lifting. So I've got a really, really solid team.
That's awesome. And so that's TYKR. That is in the show notes as well. If you want to check that out for anybody that already is playing around in investing, or what about new people? Should they check it out as well?
It's perfect for newbies. Anybody who wants to get started, you want to manage your own investments, this is the best place to start.
Wonderful. Well, I'm going to wrap things up. Thanks very much for our wonderful guests, Matthieu, Sabine, and Sean. Thanks for playing, and thanks for watching and listening, everyone. See you next time. Bye.
Cool.
Thank